Thanks for clicking on this video. This is Meek. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. Okay, today I'm going to be showing you something very cool to make your workflow much easier and smoother, and you don't have to think too much when you're putting something together. I'm going to be showing you how to make templates in Logic Pro X for your projects where you'll be utilizing Arcade and all of its features, okay, to make a full beat. This will make things much faster and less time consuming. We probably waste more time than we realize adding tracks that are needed to a project, or trying to think of what we might need. But with a template, you'll already have things set up so you can just go and just work. Just have it almost like a assembly line workflow. You'll have a system for your workflow. Okay, so let's get started. Right, so first you want to bring up Logic Pro. Click on that app. After you open Arcade, it's going to go to the startup window if you have Logic Pro X set up too. If you don't, please watch my video on how to bring up your startup window when you open your Logic Pro X app. All right, it's a very short and sweet video. So you're going to go to empty project, choose. So it's going to bring up this window. All right, you can choose a track and instrument and all those things. All right, I'm gonna show you step by step. You want to make sure you click on software instrument because Arcade is a software instrument. Then where it says instrument, it usually says empty channel strip. Okay, you want to click this bottom arrow and you want to go to Arcade. You want to go to AU instruments, output, Arcade, stereo. It's going to say stereo. All right, you want to make sure you have this check, open library. Okay, and then for number of tracks, we're going to push 4. All right, I like to use 4, and I'm going to tell you why. Create. All right, so it's brung 4 tracks. Okay, so for every beat, you want to have a melody, you want to have pads, you want to have percussion, and you want to have a lead sound. Okay, so I'm going to title those the channel strip name. We're going to make this melody. You want to make that pads. You want to make this lead. You're going to make that percussion. Okay. So we have all of our tracks named. Then we're going to double click on this music mark and you can put a picture next to it. Alright, so this is percussion, so I'll do that. And you could just use a symbol. Make it cute. I'm going to put this little Saturn mark since I don't know if that's for my pad. And then melody. Alright. You don't have to do this, but it's an option. It's a template, so you want to make it your own, okay? So now we have our 4 Arcade tracks for our melody, pads, lead, and percussion. So with Arcade's new update with the note kits, it's going to be so much more fun to utilize the instruments, and they have pad sounds, lead sounds, and melodies, so this is going to come in handy. So then if we have our 4 tracks for Arcade, we're going to need to create other tracks because you still need other instruments, like you're going to need bass and you're going to need drums. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this plus sign icon for a new track. I'm going to go to software instrument and I am going to go to drum kit designer, stereo, and number of tracks. I just want 1. Alright, let me make sure it's down there. Alright, and then, and I'm going to name this drums. Here where it says drum kit, I'm going to assign it to the drum machine designer. So I'm going to click these arrows down and drum machine designer. Okay, and I'm going to leave it empty because I always use different kits like all of the time. So now we have our drum machine designer, which is cool. So next we're going to add a track for our bass. So I'm going to go here. So now that we have this open to set this up for our bass track, you want to go to instrument and you want to choose where you want to get your bass instrument from, like what plugin or VST you want to use. Okay, so you can use Alchemy, they have some bass sounds. Retro Synth have some bass sounds. All or some of these have bass sounds, so you can choose whatever you want. I'm going to go down here to AU Instruments and I'm going to go to FAW Workshop and I'm going to go to Sublab, Stereo. Number of tracks, you want to make sure it's 1. You can put bass 808. And if you want to, you can definitely change the track icon. And you're going to need one more track. So let's go to new track. And this time we're going to choose audio because this is going to be for our tag, okay? And it really don't matter which input because usually your tag is like a WAV file. All right, audio output. And then you go to create. And then I'm going to just push tag there to name our track. Tag, okay. So one more thing I'm going to add to this template is another instrument track. So let's go to new tracks. Software instrument, and this time I'm just going to add Komplete because sometimes I like to use a piano. Sometimes if I'm using a melody from arcade, they have more animated pianos, like different sounds. Sometimes I like to just add like a piano, maybe Alicia Keys piano to counter the melody or something like that. You can also choose Contact, whatever. If you don't have Complete Control or Contact and you want to have like a raw piano, you can choose Alchemy or you can choose the vintage electric piano or Mellotron. Create. I'm going to put that here. Now this is totally optional. You can even make two different templates where you just have the arcade instruments and your drum sequencer and your bass. And you can make a separate one where you have Complete, but either way, having Complete doesn't hurt. Okay. So the next thing I like to do to make this simpler and have everything set up the way I like it set up is I'm going to color code each track. Now it does this automatically, but I like colors the way I like the colors. So I'm going to press X and I'm just going to double click on my base because I know I like my base purple. I'm going to go to sign channel strip color and I'm just going to pick a dark purple. Anyway, it work. I like this like Merlot. Alright, my drums, I always like my drums orange, so I'm going to double click on that, assign track color, dark orange. That's cute too, but I like a dark orange. And it just, as you can see, this changes the icons, the picture icons on the track to the color of the track. Alright, percussion, assign channel strip color. Actually, I'm going to keep my percussion, that baby blue, I always keep mine that color. Alright, and for my melodies, I like to keep them all the same color. Alright, go this color. Okay, cool. I like the way it made this track icon. I like the color it made. So the next thing I'm going to do, because I know that I always start with 4-bar loop for everything, I'm going to create loop regions for each track, okay? And I'm going to choose between MIDI or pattern, based off what I use, usually. So with my drums, I know I'll use pattern region, all right? And that'll bring up the step sequencer for that track. My bass, I like to use, it depends honestly, but I like the pattern region for the bass as well. That's what new phase I'm in. Percussion, MIDI region. Try that out. Oh, I don't know if I said it, but yes, double click. That's how you bring up MIDI or pattern region. Lead, I like to use my MIDI region for that. For my melodies, I know I use MIDI. Try that on out. I'm gonna drag my tag in, and I always have it muted while I'm making the beat. That is our template, okay? So next we have to save this template, all right? So what you want to do is you want to go to the top menu bar and you want to go to file and you want to go to save. You want to go to file and you want to go to save as template, all right? And we're going to call this template. We'll call it 1. I'm going to call it 1 because I plan to make more than one type. Alright. And it's going to save to project templates. Okay. And then you want to save. Alright. And you see it didn't change the name of the project because it's not a project. Okay. It's a template. And then I'm going to just exit out. So now we're going to start up Logic Pro X one more time. You're going to go to My Templates. And there it is. And you can just bring that up. Boom, there it is. Okay, get to working. Alright, so that is it. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Please subscribe. So leave any questions or comments in the description box below. And thank you so much.